Good afternoon and Salam Ramadan, everyone. Welcome to Eclipse Global Perspectives, learning from our students' experiences at international events. I'm Mirza, and joining me today is Aini, your host. And we are very thrilled to be guiding you through this exciting interview session. Today, we have the privilege of hosting two remarkable individuals who will share their insights and experiences throughout their time abroad. And without further ado, let's introduce our esteemed guests. Joining us today are one Irfan bin Wan Muhammad Hadi, who spent a week away in Sochi, Russia, and joined an event called World Youth Day, which involves over 20,000 youth leaders around the world. Our second guest, Nurul Ashikin binti Muhammad Adrus, attended the third Global Peace Summit by Humanitarian Affairs Asia in Bangkok, Thailand, that involves 350 youth leaders from 47 countries, which she represents Malaysia for, among four representatives, two from UiTM and two from UM. Our guests are students from LG243 and has agreed to spend some time with us. We are very honored to have both of you with us today. So, let's proceed with the first question. Could you summarize the event that you attended? What did you do? And what was the memorable experience you had, Mr. Irfan? Yeah.
Okay, so hi, Assalamualaikum. Very good afternoon and to all of you. Thank you for inviting me to this interview session. Thank you for Eclipse. First and foremost, I would like to apologize if my audio is not so clear because I'm back in my hometown in Bachok, Kelantan. All right, so little things about the event, the World Youth Festival held in Sochi, Russia. To summarize, it's basically a gathering of 20,000 youth from around the world. 45% of them are university leaders, and most of them others are working adults with careers and also vision. So, uh, we have approximately 800 program going simultaneously at the event. So we had to pick and choose what program that we should attend. So for instance, the first day in the morning after breakfast, I usually will go for a morning ice break by Russian celebrity to do some morning exercise. Apart from that, Zumba, I would say Zumba lah. You also have morning walk with Russian celebrity, which is they are going for 5 kilometer walk. Kalau tak nak walk, you also have what we call it swimming class. It's basically a lot of you cannot join every single program because it's a lot. But to sum it up, I joined a few program, Youth Forum, BRICS Forum, one about NATO by Russian President, one about arts at Art Malondos punya exhibition, and I think the highlight is when I was performing for Malaysia. We got invitation to perform at two days. The first one is the stage at Art Malondos, and we perform the what we call it Malaysia Truly Asia punya performance lead by the choreographer Cikgu Ajak. And second time at the second main stage, I forgot the name of the stage, but it was like a longer version of it. And Alhamdulillah, the Russian people, the organizer, like it and invite us to do a closing ceremony with President Putin. So I think that's the highlight lah because it's not, if I'm not mistaken, only three countries got the invitation to perform in front of Putin for the closing ceremony, and Malaysia is one of it. The other part is Peru and also Mexico. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Irfan, for that very, fun explanation. So, how about you, Ms. Ashikin? Could you summarize the event that you attended? What did you do? Any memorable experience that you had?
Okay. First of all, thank you for the invitation, for the opportunity to attend this interview from Eclipse, a representative for LG243 course. Okay. The name of the program I attend was the Third Global Peace Summit organized by Humanitarian Affairs Asia, which was held at the United Conference United Nations Conference Center in Bangkok, Thailand. So it is basically a big conference where 350 leaders from 47 countries come together to talk about making a world a better, more peaceful place. With there's a lot of a conference that was held there with I think there are seven speakers. Basically, me and my another friend of mine, Fatini from UITM Puncak Alam campus, were selected by the UITM HT to attend this conference to represent UITM, and also together with two more of our new friends from University Malaya to represent Leisure. So this selection was made through several screenings and interview from our HET, and I was chosen based on my privilege as a student representative council at UITM, also known as MPP. So among the candidates who have been shortlisted by our pendaftaran of UITM, Fatini was chosen because of her role in the SRC as the EXCO of International Relations, while I sit in the welfare department. And I was not sure why they picked me for that role and why I could be selected there. But when I try to recall, and I would love to share with you guys, that I think I was selected for that role maybe because I'm studying in English for intercultural communication, and I did mention that during the interview. And shout out to my friend Irfan, when you're in front here, for helping me out with the tips and support during the interview. Before the interview. Irfan was also part of my journey preparing for the interview and highlight the point that I am taking the intercultural communication courses. And because at the time I know that he had a lot of experience in attending interviews and involvement in program like this, which means that my decision to ask for his opinion and advice during that day was a very correct, the correct decision. So when reflecting on my time there, one particular experience stands out vividly in my mind was my visit to the United Nations. So as a student immersed in the study of intercultural communication, I have encountered numerous discussions and analysis of global organizations like UN, United Nations, and their profound impact on shaping our world. So when the opportunity to step foot into that iconic institution, I was all in. So entering the exclusive conference room surrounded by delegates from 47 different nations felt like a historic experience in my life, and I feel very blessed to be given such an opportunity by God. And it was an experience I had previously only imagined, and to be there in person was nothing short of awe-inspiring. So I couldn't help but feel immensely privileged and grateful for the chance to be part of such a significant gathering. So during my time at the United Nations, I had the opportunity to engage with individuals from diverse backgrounds and cultures. These interactions enrich my understandings of global issues and broaden my perspective on the world. So from exchanging ideas to sharing stories each encounter left a lasting impression on me. I met and connected with so many people from all over, and my Instagram following even got boost over from the connection I made. So among the most memorable aspects of my experience was the opportunity to engage in discussions with individuals whose perspective differed from my own. So this exchange challenged me to approach the topic with an open mind and to apply the principle of intercultural communication in a real world context. That's all.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ashikin, for that amazing insight. And now we will be jumping into the second question. So, how do you see yourself adding to the multiple diversity of perspectives within the program? Like both of you said, we've got multiple countries joining, and they have different perspective on different little things. How about you? What did you add to that diversity of perspective? Mr. Irfan?
All right, so thank you, Miza. So for me, obviously, I'm a Malaysian, and Malaysian, we live in a multicultural country. And the plus point, I'm an intercultural student, so I know lah. We already study how to handle different from different background, people from different background. So I think for the diversity part, I was the one who engaged with most of the conflicts that we faced there. I would say something like that, because most of the time when we have different culture and when we do a forum or discussion, when we exchanging information, some of them might feel this is different from my culture. For instance, for instance, there's one people from America who supporting Israel, and I was obviously supporting Palestine, and I was wearing Palestine what you call it, dia punya flag. So when we have a discussion, I make sure that it won't be a heated discussion, but a fruitful discussion. Not mentioning any sensitive words, use a proper euphemism, if you must say, and also to conclude the end of the discussion, we need to make sure that the discussion is peaceful. Because again, when you have 188 countries living in the same area, it tend to get heated and crowded. And some of the countries are in, how do I say this, against the Russian, because the Russian has a conflict with Ukraine currently. So some even don't attend the program, like Japan, because I don't see any Japan delegations there. But again, you have to open up your mind, because not for information, I think based on what we learn through social media, through media propaganda, we always see that Russian is a country that what we call it, cold-blooded. How do I say a perfect adjective for it? It's portrayed as the bad country lah by the media propaganda. But when you went to the Russia yourself, it's actually a nice country. The weather is good, the people is good. One thing that I will surely give Russian applause is whenever I'm walking, no matter how fast the car is, there is a zebra crossing, the car will stop for you. You don't have to use the power of hand like Malaysia. Malaysia stop, kita nak lalu. No, in Russia they will stop for you. And sometimes because it's a cultural difference, kita tak tahu kan. So I was there waiting, kita tunggu je lah dekat depan zebra crossing tu. Lepas tu kereta tu horn. Oh, jalan dah. Because in Russia, there's the culture there. They respect tradition so much. And yeah, I think one of the things that added to discussion is the way we, as an intercultural student and as a Malaysian, know how to keep an open-minded and deal with things physically by ourselves, and not to make sure that we don't incorporate with the media propaganda. You need to explain it yourself. Don't just believe to the media propaganda. And most of all, you need to have an open-minded. You need to talk to everyone, no matter the gender, the colors, the country, ethnicity, because it's a festival. It's a chance for you to meet a lot of people. 20,000 people are there, and if you choose to be ignorance, like I don't want to talk to Japanese, I don't want to talk to Indian, I don't want to talk to Indonesia, you won't be exploring some I will call it good things. A lot of interesting thing comes from the place that I didn't know. For instance, the center of Africa. I didn't know there was a center of Africa. I only know South Africa. And then the center of Africa is currently having a conflict politically, uh, at the government level with the Congo and something. And one delegate, not one delegate, he came by himself, does not get any support from the government because the government is not in the good terms. And when I talked to him, he said, I'm going to be the first African to sit in the UN's chair. That's my dream. That's why I get some money to make sure that I arrive here. So to see his dedication, his vision inspired me somehow to, oh, I need to take this chance. I need to explore more things, meet more people, because it's a one in a lifetime opportunity. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Irfan. So, Mr. Shikin, how about your view? What did you add to the multiple perspective within your program?
For this question, I might not have experience like what Irfan had, because what we what we did at the conference was just discussions and listening to speech and discuss. So I believe that my diverse background and experience will bring a unique perspective to the program. So growing up in a multicultural environment, exposed to different language, tradition, and ways of thinking have shaped my worldview, and also my involvement in various community initiatives and leadership roles during my SRC has allowed me to engage with individuals from different backgrounds and perspectives. And my academic and professional journey in intercultural communications also has provided me with insights into how to communicate with these people, how to voice out my opinion, and it has provided me with insights into how cultural diversity influence our perceptions and interactions during the conference. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Shikin. Now we'll go into the third question. In what ways do you believe the program that both of you had attended matches with your long-term personal and professional objectives? So, Mr. Irfan.
Okay, from my perspective, it's all come down to business and network. Truth to be told, even if you are a student, you're going to be into a corporate world or government sector. But how do I say this? In SDG, Sustainable Development Goal, SDG, apa lah. There is one goal which is global collaboration, if I'm not mistaken. So, my personal goal is leading towards that. And how to achieve a global collaboration? You need connection, you need network, people that you know from across the country. And personally, as a B40 student, I would consider myself B40 students. I am unable to visit every country in the world. Not even like Laos, Vietnam, Singapore in Asia. But this opportunity, this program, it allows you to meet people from around the world, 188 countries. So you need to make connection with them, because each country has their own benefits, has their own what we call it in terms of economic growth. There has their own specialty. So in the future, I'm not saying gonna nothing bad's gonna happen, but in the future, if let's say economic crash, the market in Malaysia is unstable, you need to further expand your knowledge, expand your business, expand your connection elsewhere. And the easiest way to do is if you have a connection. If you don't have a connection, you will start from scratch. You will have to go to Instagram or social media, PM to people that are willing to talk to you. If they are willing to talk to you, if they don't, just keep on doing research on internet and so on. Because personally, I believe if you want to do a research about a certain country, the best way to do it through its people, not through the articles or magazine, online or got it online reading materials. The people itself is the best way for you to know about the country, culture, economic sector, business sector, and so on. And if it, let's say like in terms of the university level, uh, when you meet people from different country, and they are all amazing people, excellent people. I would say a strong leader. We can invite them for a collaboration. We can do mobility program to visit to their university. We can invite them for invited speaker, because most of them are youth leader. They have their own vision. They have their own specific sector that they are focused. They are focusing to pursue. And this collaboration not only going to benefit us as the students, but also the university, our country, and I don't know, your guys punya personal development. You learn something new every day, basically. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Irfan, for that very fruitful insight. How about you, Mr. Shikin? How did the program matches with your future, your plan?
Okay. This program personally it aligns closely with both my long-term personal and professional goals in several ways. On a personal level, this program has reinforced my commitment to promoting intercultural dialogue and cooperation. So, by engaging with individuals from diverse backgrounds and cultures, I have gained a deeper appreciation for the richness of human diversity and the importance of mutual respect and understanding. So these experiences has not only broadened my worldview but also strengthened my resolve to contribute positively to global peace and harmony. So in terms of professional, the knowledge and skills acquired during the summit, during the conference, are directly relevant to my career aspirations in the field of intercultural communication. So, as a student majoring in this course, I am dedicated to leveraging communication strategies to bridge cultural divides and promote um, inclusivity on both local and global scales. So, the practical insight gained from the attending the discussions and networking with the professional in the fields have equipped me with the valuable tools and perspective that I can apply in my future professional intercourse. So to be honest, um, once I finish this degree, my plan is to pursue my studies in international business. So getting involved in stuff like this conference on the global stage is I think it is pretty helpful for me. It's giving me a better grasp on how to communicate professionally with people from diverse backgrounds, plus making all this connection in what we say, reinforcing what I have learned back in UIK.
All right, thank you, Mr. Shikin. Now I'll be passing this interview to Miss Aini.
Thank you, Mirza. Hello, everyone. My name is Aini, and I'll continue on with the fourth question of the interview. So, Mr. Irfan, what cultural sensitivity or adaptability qualities do you believe are required for the success in this international program?
Okay, cultural sensitivity and adaptability. In my opinion, is open-minded and also the willingness to explore. What we call it? Don't be ignorant. Be thirsty for knowledge. Explore. Because if you are not open-minded, firstly, you will avoid most of the unique people out there. You need to be open-minded because a small issue could be a disaster, even for your delegation. For instance, I will give an example of eating a chicken in foreign country. To some people, if they are not open-minded, they will say, "Oh, is this chicken halal or not? Whether it's slaughtered in the name of God or someone." And when it comes to the discussion with your fellow delegations, you need to be, how do I say this? You need to be and choose lah. It's either for you to eat pork or unslaughtered chicken. And it shouldn't be an issue because it's just a food. But to some people, if you don't have an open minded, you don't have the cultural sensitivity, it will be a disaster, even for your own delegation. And adaptability. Adaptability, I think you need to learn to socialize lah. In English for intercultural communication, we have a course, if I'm not mistaken, negotiation course. And also we learn about high context, low context culture. I think it's also helped me because when I meet new people, we learn negotiation. We know how to talk to people. We can approach people in a professional way or in a friendlier manners. To some people, they even afraid to say hi, and they are waiting for the other party to make a move. No, you cannot do that. For you, as the intercultural communication student, you have to know how to approach people. For starters, you may make mistake, but along the way, when you approach multiple people, you start to see the pattern, and eventually you will be comfortable to make friends, to gain connection and networking with people out there. So yeah, I think there's two of the things. Sorry, the cultural sensitivity and adaptability qualities that I think is the most crucial qualities if you're going for international program and involving people from all walk of life. Thank you.
Well, thank you for that, Mr. Irfan. I also agree with you on the importance of socialization and open-minded. Now, Mrs. Ashikin, what about you? What cultural sensitivity or adaptability qualities you believe are required for your success in this program?
Okay. Before we go to that question, I might be not. I might not be that open-minded like Irfan. Okay, when I was in Thailand, I was in Bangkok. Talking about the slaughtered chicken, I was forced by myself to be a vegetarian even though I tak makan sayur because maybe I tak open-minded sangat, so I tak berapa lalu makan ayam. So back to the question. In this international program, I believe cultural sensitivity and adaptability are crucial qualities for success. So being culturally sensitive means having an awareness and appreciation of the diversity of backgrounds, perspective, and custom represented by participants from around the world. So this includes respecting cultural differences, being open-minded, and avoiding assumptions or stereotypes. So I would like to share this one moment. Uh, from uh, from chatting with a bunch of people there, I pick up on something important, which is uh, everyone's got their own take on things, and it is not always the same as mine. So even if I don't totally understand with someone's point of view, I have learned to respect where they are coming from. So people's perspective are shaped by their background and life experience, isn't it? So there was a moment when I met an educator from Syria and I asked his opinion about how an educator who might have to deal with a traumatic incident can prioritize their own well-being without neglecting their roles in helping students. His response was all about uh, prior- prioritizing your own mental health, even if it means taking a break from the job, a long break. So personally, uh, I don't totally agree with that. Maybe because I'm not that open-minded. So I think grown up have a duty to help kids grow, even if it means putting our own needs second. But then, when I reflecting back, thinking about where he's coming from as a refugee from Syria, it makes sense why I could say that he's been through some tough times, and that shaped his perspective. So even though I might not agree with him, I get why he feels that way. It makes sense that he's all about prioritizing self care because he was a refugee, and kita or Malaysia have the privilege untuk tak involved in a war situation like what he did.
Thank you for your insightful share, Mrs. Nurashikin. Let's move on to our fifth question. Mr. Irfan, how do you intend to use the knowledge you obtained during the program in your future ventures?
For me, easy. Giving back to the community. When you have knowledge, different perspectives on certain issue, you get to explore new solutions. For instance, what should we do with plastic waste in Malaysia? Normally, we have a few we call it recycle center, but it is not enough. So when you meet new people, you start to get connection, and you somehow know, oh, this plastic bottle can actually turn into a clothing brand, turn into manufacture back to shoes. Basically, going back to the community. But how to do it? You need connections. You need the technology, you need the knowledge, you need the, I would say, yeah, connection in general. So what I'm planning to do is we find an issue that has been in Malaysia for, I would say, years before, and to solve the issue, we get feedback from countries that already solved the issue, and we implement that kind of things back in Malaysia. So it's basically helping each other. So yeah, sometimes when you don't know how to solve a problem, all you have to do is ask and get feedback from others. Because not everything you can solve by yourself. You need to have a second opinion, you need to have third opinion, and even for the implementation, you still need guidance from people who has done it before. So yeah, that's what I intend to do in the future from my knowledge through the program. Thank you.
That was a very helpful knowledge, Mr. Irfan. We wish you all the best in your future ventures. What about you, Mrs. Nuru Ashiking? How do you intend to use the knowledge you obtained during the program for your future ventures?
So, knowledge and experience gained from this program will play a significant role in shaping my future endeavors. Firstly, I plan to, like I told you, I plan to apply for international business. So, I plan to apply the insights and skills acquired in my academic pursuit, particularly in my studies of international business. So, understanding how to communicate effectively and collaborate with individuals from diverse cultural background will be invaluable in navigating global business environments. Second, I see the knowledge gained from this program as a foundation for my future endeavors, guiding me in navigating the complexities of our interconnected world and empowering me to make a positive impact both locally and globally. I was really moved by the speech from Hassan Akkad, a filmmaker from Syria. He shared his struggle during the crisis in Syria, where he worked hard to shed light on what was happening there despite the government's attempts to hide the truth. So he used his English skills, a GoPro camera, and social media to share the real footage of Syria and get help from the world. So his use of film and social media showed how powerful these tools can be in giving a voice to those who are often overlooked or forced to flee their homes. Hassan's lens did not just capture image, it connected worlds and showed the human stories behind the headlines. His main message was that diversity is our strength. So each of us has he told us that each of us has unique abilities, and when we come together, we can create incredible change. So as a leader, he asked us to use whatever platform we have to make a difference, even if it starts small. Our goal should be to spread peace to every corner to the world in what the intention of the conference itself.
Thank you for that, Mrs. Nuru Ashiking. We also wish you all the best for your future ventures. And this brings us to our last question. Mr. Irfan, what unique viewpoint do you believe you bring to this international cohort?
It's a hard question. Unique viewpoint, eh? I think living in Malaysia, we have to deal with multi-ethnicity, multicultural country. As compared to other country, okay, let's compare Malaysia to United States of America. In Malaysia, the things that I always got from the people there, they think, do you say you get public holiday for others ethnicity celebration? Yes, that's how close we are in our community. As compared to others country, let's say if you're a Muslim, you got holiday for Hari Raya activity, but you won't get holiday for Chinese New Year. But in Malaysia, we do get holiday for Chinese New Year, and sometimes kita yang laju-laju nak balik kampung. So this thing not only strengthen our community, but somehow shows that Malaysia is a unique place. We can deal with a lot of people. It's a very welcoming punya country. Even during the performance, people are not, I won't say confused, but amazed. Like, how can a Malaysian girls with scarf betul can be on the same stage with Cheong Sang, and Indian attire, because it can be an issue because to appropriate somehow you representing something is not yours, belong to you. But somehow in Malaysia it does not become an issue. I can wear baju. In fact, I was wearing baju traditional Indian when I was performing, and to Indian delegation, this seems like macam mana cakap, they approached me in Hindu punya language, but I don't know how to reply. When I said I'm a Malaysian Muslim, they was like, ah. So yeah, the open mindedness, the you know how do I say, the tolerance lah. Malaysia is so much powerful compared to others country, because other country when it is their traditional clothes or their traditional identity, you cannot stay for them. But in Malaysia, we celebrate our uniqueness, and that's what unite us as one Malaysia. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
We Malaysian do love our holidays, Mr. Irfan. And lastly, Mrs. Nur Ashikin, what unique viewpoint do you believe you bring to this international cohort?
I believe my unique viewpoint stems from my background and experience, particularly in the field of intercultural communication. So, as a student majoring in this course, international communication course, I have developed a deep understanding of the complexities of cross-cultural interactions and the importance of fostering mutual understandings and respect. So, my students have equipped me with insight into how language, communication styles, and cultural norms shape our perceptions and interaction with other people from all around the world. Also, my drive for spreading peace and social justice motivates me to actively look for chances to talk during the conference and work together with my new friends with the goal of bringing people closer across different cultures. I think my dedication to make things better and my ability for understanding where others are coming from will make our teams. We have groups with them. We have a new community with the delegates. So I think you help our teams work even more powerful and impactful. That's all.
We wish you all the best in your goal in spreading peace and love. As we wrap up this interview session, the Eclipse team sincerely hope that each of us learned some valuable insights and find inspiration to pursue our goals with diligence. May we be motivated to emulate the remarkable journeys of our guests and explore the enchanting diversities of cultures. We also want to thank our two interviewees for spending time with us today to share their wisdom and experiences. Hopefully, their stories shed some light and inspiration on us all. Thank you once again, everyone.